Okay, we have seen the prep room. Now actually we're going to move out from this area, from this room, the preparation room. Actually this room doesn't have, just has a window behind this door, but you know, it's not very bright. Next room we will move in is the room that actually takes over other phases of the dental work, and we will be actually watching the different positions. We will be discussing the different positions of this room. There's nice windows that give on the outside here, and I will be explaining in a minute how this room is composed, what kind of equipment, what kind of tools. And here we can see out of the window a piece of Italy. Okay, now once we come out from the prep room, now we close the door of the prep room. Okay, we move in the room for the structures, and the first position that is being involved for the work is this position right here. Okay, this is where the dies are ditched, cut from the models, ditched and prepared. In this position, also the cutting of the metal from the casting is done. So this area actually is kind of nasty, it's kind of dirty. Matter of fact, if we open up a drawer, we can see, you know, they're not really so clean actually. I mean, this is clean even if it's dirty right now, because it gets really nasty some periods when work is in a rush and there's a lot to do. What is done here actually, you need a pretty powerful handpiece like this one. This runs with a bell. It looks like an antique piece, but actually it does have some torque for cutting non-precious metal. It's very good compared to these kind of hand pieces. This is an A actually, Q620, which I had come from the States for me. It was a real good piece. It worked for many years. This is the hand piece of it, and this is what I usually actually to ditch. And we will talk about the tools that are needed for doing this kind of job, but we will discuss that later, and how it's prepared. So actually we have a suction here. This is a suction, and we have also this hand piece. This actually is an ESCO engine with a hand piece that it's a Wells, I think. It comes from a different kind of factory made, and actually it composes all one piece. But the A is it. On top of this 2-unit bench, you know, we will discuss later on what that position is for. I have a little shelf, and on this shelf I have some cases already put out. You see, all cases are articulated now. But once you know, things are prepared, dies are ditched and dried out from die hardener, and margins have been, you know, set. You know, work comes in this area. This is a 3-man bench actually. You can see in this room even the chairs are different. You know, these chairs are different from the ones that we had in the prep room. And this room is about, I would say, this room is about, I say 5.5 meters, maybe, yeah, 5.5 meters by 3.5 meters. And on this table here, this first position, when things kind of get slow, this is where I do some temporaries, or I can do also some custom trays. Matter of fact, this is a light for curing the trays, and this actually is
is an evomat. This is how we call them here, and this is for the curing of the resins. So this is only when things get really slow in the lab to avoid contamination in any kind, but and to round off months, because when work is slow, you gotta get handy with anything that comes around. In this position, I use a torch, a Bunsen, and I use a flame in case I do some diagnostic wax ups here, and I can get ready for the temporary. I can work with the putty. I have some putty in here, and under here I do have a this is to pull out the dust collector, a dust collector from the other room. Okay, then I have this other position here. This is where I do my wax ups, and here you have no fire, actually, no fire at all. Copings and bridges and everything has to be set up right on the centigrade, because waxes you don't want to extra burn them. And I have a pot for dipping my dyes. This is a Bell St. Clair system. And then I have also this Ray Foster system to keep my waxes slightly soft. And I also use these two Bell St. Clair spatulas that are done actually with an electronic system here, you see. So I can have the tip of my spatula right on the money for what it needs to be, the heat to respect the properties of the wax. You see, on this bench also, I have a survey where I can do some milling, or I can use it to find undercuts, or I can use it also for putting attachments. Some precision attachments do need a survey to be set up. And this actually seems to be a real big position, but actually when you start having 4 or 5 cases to work on this bench, it'll get overcrowded, especially if you have somebody next to you that you're explaining the work and whatever. So we just came out from the prep room, and we gave a look to where the dye is prepared right here. And from the dye can be done, or from the model can be done, or temporary can be done, diagnostic in this area can be done, custom tray or whatever. And this area, because you want to keep things a little bit separated for contaminations. And here is the main position for the wax ups, and no flame in this area. Everything is done with electronic tips. Well, by the way, we'll go by drawers later, because we'll see how even the drawers are organized. Everything is organized in here in a certain way. And on this position here, we have milling for the milling, and the survey for different purposes. Oh, by the way, next to this, I do have this this glass container where I keep, of course, if I need some extras when wax is over, I want to find a box right there ready for me without having to wait for them to ship it over. Small radio doesn't keeps company when you're working. You can see also in here, there's this articular. This is now NH2 actually. I got another one in there, but since we're grinding in the mouth the ceramic, we use these quick systems that are very nice. These are very good, and we'll get on the tools later on. So I'll stop this video here, and then we'll go through the rest of this room, which it's let's say it's the main room of the lab. There's another room where then the porcelains are done and grinded, and that's it.